James. Here we go. All right. The economy has forced companies to change the way they do business. In many situations, that means leadership may change and employees may have the chance to step up. Now, how can you take advantage of that? Brian Parsley, the ever-entertaining, the incredibly handsome, and the always insightful Brian Parsley of WeSkill. Hello.
Hello.
Just got off the Learjet from the Today Show, right?
No, only stick with Fox.
All right, here we go. Question number one.
All right.
Since you work with a lot of successful leaders, I've kind of seen your clips and your resume and all the people that you've had a chance to work with. What would you say defines a good leader?
You know, a lot of people have in their mind what a leader is. A lot of people say things like, you know, being a great leader means you can make decisions. But you know what? Dr. Paul Hersey, this guy came up with a profound definition of leadership. You ready? It's one word.
What?
Influence.
Influence.
The ability to influence other people create a great leader.
Well, if that's the case, can anyone become a leader? Because I can influence a lot of people to do some things that maybe they don't want to do.
You know what? Actually, that's a great point.
Hitler was a good leader.
Well, in this sense, there are a lot of bad leaders. I wouldn't classify him as a great leader, but he had the ability to influence because he had followers. And truly, anyone can be a leader if you have followers. And that could be a bad leader or a great leader.
Okay, all right. So let's move into this. What are the traits of a great leader?
Well, there are a lot of different great ideas in terms of what makes a great leader, but you know, I learned this from a guy named Marshall Goldsmith. And Marshall Goldsmith is a lot of people understand is the preeminent leadership coach of the world. People recognize him as that. And here's what he said. He said, a good leader understands that they're going to make mistakes.
Right.
A great leader understands that, hey, we're human. We're going to make mistakes. We're not perfect.
Right.
And we don't have to worry about being perfect.
Right.
We have to worry and focus on how to become better people. And so if you think about it in terms of that, what are things that you can do to help people within your business, within your community, and certainly even your family and friends?
I think here at Fox, and I'm just not saying this, I've worked for many different television stations. I think we have some of the best leaders because really I've heard that great leaders are but servants. And would you say that defines great leaders? Because these guys are constantly figuring out how they can help as opposed to barking orders and you got to do this and you got to do that. They're really figuring out how to help.
I think you're dead on, but let me add one more thing. You are a leader. And that means the person behind the camera, the person that's on the board, the producer, you, me, everyone. Don't look at leadership as a title. Look at leadership as an opportunity to be able to be an influencer and have people follow you based on taking those right actions. And to me, that goes far beyond a title.
Right. So how can you do that within the workplace? How can you become a leader within the workplace? If, let's say, you are just a host or running a camera or operating the board or a director, how can you become a leader? Well,
because you have to look at yourself as, I'm not one of those people. I'm not just a person that does just this. I'm a leader because I try to take the right actions. I really want to do the right things, and it becomes to your willingness to want to do those. And if you have willingness and drive, you're going to succeed, and you're a leader. So manager is a title. Leader is an action.
All right. Well, hey, listen, by the way, I really enjoy your wife and your family and your little girl. I mean, how come you guys don't ever invite me over just to hang out?
I think the answer to that's obvious. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Here we go.
It's Mark Mathis.
All right, Brian Parsley, WeSkill. You can look him up, follow him on Twitter, Facebook, every place else, right?
You got it.
WeSkill, a high school